Okay. So, talking about gangs, and it's life and death, what you wear in gangs. Well, if you're in a gang, you're not gonna just like, just because they're wearing clothes doesn't mean that, okay, let me start. There's competition between schools. You can compare that to gangs. I mean, I see a correlation between, or I mean, not schools getting gangs, but I mean like, let's call these schools gangs for now, but they're not really gangs. But okay, school competition. If one school is wearing a different uniform and the other, you could technically call them a gang. I guess they're a bunch of different people together to form people. Anyways, yeah, you can still like fight between that. I mean, I've been in high school. There's been multiple fights between schools. Adrian was saying something about friends. You won't judge them by what they're wearing anymore, but what if your friend goes to a different school, you're still wearing different things? I mean, that's still the same thing. Too much trouble for an intruder to buy uniforms. If I'm an intruder, I'm going to go through the trouble of buying a uniform. Like, you're gonna rape somebody, you might as well just buy a uniform. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so, also, she's saying that uniforms give a false sense of security, and some people want that false sense of security. She said that only 29% are not satisfied. That's not the majority. I mean, I could say 2% like raping people, and they should make it legal, and then 98% don't like raping people. I'm sorry, it's just rape is in my mind, and now so sex offense dropped by 90%, right? Well, how many sex offense cases are there in school? I mean, it's not a common, let's say there's 2 sex offenses in the previous year, and in the next year there's 1 sex offense, that's already dropping by 100%. So, character building. You want to teach kids that everyone should be the same. Okay, uniforms should be teaching kids that everyone's the same, blah, blah, blah. But America's like a melting pot, you know. There's supposed to be diversity. So I feel like you should be wearing what you want, and you should also be learning that even though people are different, you should accept them for who they are. And uniforms, I don't feel like they'll help. People want a choice to what they wear. That's kind of, I mean, it's kind of, you can't just limit expression to just art or whatever you want. You can't just like stop expression in one aspect. Like, it's like comparing it to stopping art almost. Like, if we were debating about art and I'm telling you to stop art, but it's kind of a big deal, and for some people, dressing is a big deal to their expression. With the hand-me-downs, okay, just what if your little sister is a bit chubbier than you? You can't hand me down, so that's pretty much it. If this policy was implemented now, kids would already have clothes. So what would they do with those old clothes? It's not like they'd be saving money. They already have those clothes. And every year, I mean, I'm not one of those people that goes and gets new clothes every year in the beginning. So some kids that go to elementary school, it's public, and they go there because they don't have to pay. And right now, most of the schools that have uniforms are private. So you pay to get in, and you're paying for the uniform, and that's fine. But some people go to public schools because it saves them money. And if public schools had uniforms, it would be costing them more money. And with uniforms helping with emphasizing more on education, I feel like if there's a person that doesn't care about education anyways, putting on a uniform is just something else that'll force, like, it'll make them not feel like going to school. Like, oh, I have to put on a uniform, then I'm not going to pay attention anyways. Might as well not go. Also, there is no evidence that teachers will wear uniforms. The cost of multiple students per household is not factored. If there are 4 students in a household, you'd have to buy 4 sets of uniforms. So that's still a lot of money, and you're forcing that on people in public schools that want to save money. So, because in that family, they could have had hand-me-downs or something. And there's also extra costs to uniforms. How much is it says that some schools require their name or symbol to be embroidered or printed on each shirt. There's usually an extra cost for this.